Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my official story into the JFK assassination. Now, there has been official stories told by the government and told by the conspiracists that they said, they have their official stories on what really took place that day. But they base it on just testimonies or a story that's told or theories. That's how they base it on. The official story that I come up with and that I'm about to share with you is a story that's based on photographic evidence by the testimonies as well, because the people there that day knew what happened. They're the ones that took the images, and they're the ones that had the evidence all these years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in detail on all the shots that occurred that day and the gunman's locations and everything else. Now here is my official story on the JFK assassination that took place on November 22nd, 1963 at 12:30 p.m. Here's an image of Dealey Plaza. There was 5 assassins there that day. Now, a lot of people have their theories out there. There was maybe 3 assassins or maybe 2 assassins, and Lee Harvey Oswald's a patsy. But this is my official story. And like I said, my official story is based on photographic evidence that I've uncovered as I did my 13-year investigation. There's 5 assassins there that day. The location of these assassins were as is followed. Lee Harvey Oswald was on the 6th floor of Texas School Book Depository. 1 gunman on the 2nd floor of the County Records Building. 1 gunman on the rooftop of the County Records Building. And 2 gunmen inside of shelter number 3 of the Pelagora, right behind Mrs. Spruder down by the grassy knoll. As you noticed, and as I placed here, and as I show in this map, all the gunmen were on the right side of JFK, which would be a logical thing to put an assassin. If you're going to assassinate somebody, you put them on the right side. Because if you place any assassin on the left side of JFK's limo, they would have a better chance of shooting either the driver, Mrs. Connolly, or Mrs. Kennedy, because people move around. Even if you take a shot and someone just moves just a hair over, as at the same time this person takes a shot, they can get struck by a bullet as well. So placing any assassin on the left side of JFK's limo when you know he's when JFK is going to be on the right side, so that's where you're going to place your assassins, on the right side, not on the left side. Now, as you notice as well, by photographic evidence, the assassins there that was there that day was dressed up for their surroundings. Lee Harvey Oswald worked at the Texas School Book Depository, so he was dressed up in his surroundings. The 2 gunmen inside of the County Records Building, 1 on the rooftop of the County Records Building and 1 on the 2nd floor of the County Records Building. Now their locations, they was dressed up as police officers to fit their location they was at. And then we have the 2 gunmen, which is inside of shelter number 3, was 2 of the tramps that picked up that day. They was dressed up in their surroundings by the railroad cars, because this is the railroad's cars was right over here where they was found. So see, when you look at it this way, it makes more sense. So here's the official story on that part. Now, let's look at the official story of what really took place that day. Now, the reason why no assassin took a shot to JFK when he was turned down on Houston Street, which is a big question that everybody's been asking, is because they wanted to make sure that JFK's limo was in the right spot where all assassins would have a clear shot at JFK. So if one person missed, the other person could pick it up. Or if that person missed, another person could pick it up. They wanted to make sure that JFK was in sight and in line of all assassins, which there was 5 assassins. So to take any shots to JFK as he was coming down Houston Street, because when he was coming down Houston Street, only one person had a clear shot to JFK, and that was Oswald. But the gunman on the 2nd floor didn't have a clear shot to him, and the gunman on the rooftop didn't have a clear shot to him, and the 2 gunmen inside shelter number 3 did not have a clear shot to him. So they had to make sure that JFK's limo was in all plain sight of all 5 assassins. So they waited till it gets to a certain location, which would be this part here and this part right here. Now, as soon as they turned down on Elm Street, still nobody took no shots. It wasn't until they got close to the Stemmons Freeway sign is when shots started firing, as you see right here where my cursor is. When the first shot rung out, that was taken by Lee Harvey Oswald from the 6th floor Texas School Book Depository. This bullet strikes JFK in the back. The bullet exited his throat, passed Governor Connolly's head, and struck the chrome in between the sun visors of JFK's limo of the windshield, because the dent lines back up to it. So the first shot struck JFK in the back, bullet exited his throat, passed Governor Connolly's head, and struck the chrome in between the sun visors of the windshield. Soon after that shot was taken, the gunman on the 2nd floor of the County Records building took his shot. His first shot struck JFK in the back. That would be, in the back of the head, which is shot number 2. This bullet, when it entered the back of JFK's head, the bullet entered 15 centimeters and stopped. So the bullet stopped in this location here because it's coming in from the left going out to the right. The first shot was coming in from the left. Coming in from the right going out to the left. But shot number 2 was coming in from the left going out to the right. And that bullet entered back of JFK's head, and the bullet did not exit. It stopped right here in this location here. Soon after he took the shot to JFK, this same gunman on 2nd floor County Records building took shot number 3, which struck Governor Connolly in his right side as he was looking off to his right. Then when they got to this point here, we have the babushka lady turns on a light to warn to the 2 gunmen that was inside of shelter number 3 to take their shots. Because soon as she turns on this light, which we go to another story on that later, but on this fish story, what took place that day. The babushka lady turns on light, then the 2 gunmen inside of shelter number 3 start taking their shots. So at this point, when the babushka lady turned on light, JFK was already shot twice. Governor Connolly was already shot once. When they got to this location right here, the gunman inside of shelter number 3 and Lee Harvey Oswald both fire their rifles at the same time. However, with the gunman inside of shelter number 3 being closer range to JFK and being on the right side of JFK, his bullet made contact with JFK's head first. And then when that bullet struck, this be shot number 4. When that bullet struck the right side of JFK's head, it made contact with the other bullet that was already lodged inside of his head. And that's why his head opened back up, because both bullets made contact together, and that opened up JFK's head. As soon as JFK's head opened up, shot number 5 finally strikes the back of JFK's head again, another shot. That was Lee Harvey Oswald's shot. That bullet passes the opening and strikes the inside of JFK's limo, the windshield inside JFK's limo. Now, at this point, okay, JFK was already shot 3 times in the head and once in the back. Governor Connolly was only shot once in the right side. As soon as it got to this point here, 2 more shots occurred at the same exact time. One shot to Governor Connolly, which was taken by the gunman on the side of shelter number 3, because there's 2 gunmen inside shelter number 3. He took his shot to Governor Connolly that struck Governor Connolly back as he was turning off to his left. The gunman on the rooftop of the County Records building took his shot, but it was a distraction shot because that bullet struck the curb where James Tagg was standing, and the piece of that curb came up and hit James Tagg in the face. The reason why the distraction shot started being fired because there was 2 shots being fired from shelter number 3. And when these shots occurred down in shelter number 3, these 2 assassins here had to get the people to run up the hillside so these 2 assassins can get away. Now remember, Oswald only took 2 shots that day, shot number 1 and shot number 5. After he took his shot, he's hiding his rifle and he's taking off. And he's going down to the 2nd floor of the County Records building. Going down to the 2nd floor lunchroom in Texas School Book Depository. Then when the JFK's limo gets to this point here, this gunman here takes 2 shots to the manhole cover, which both bullet holes still can be seen today. One on the top and between, one on one corner and then one on the very top corner of the concrete manhole cover. So he takes 2 shots back to back, which automatically tells us that he has an automatic rifle, same as the gunman on the 2nd floor of the County Records building. The gunman here had bolt action rifles, and Oswald as well had a bolt action rifle. Now, like I said, when JFK's limo comes here, this gunman up here takes 2 more shots to the manhole cover. Concrete and manhole cover, both bullet holes can be seen. Then the gunman on the 2nd floor of the County Records building takes a shot to the steps where the 3 men were standing. Then the gunman went ahead and took 2 more shots into the grass area in this location here, which will be shots. These will be shot. Manhole cover shots is 8 and 9. Then we have 10 over here, and then this is 11 and 12. And then after he took his last 2 shots, 11 and 12, into the grass area, the gunman on the second floor of the county records building decided to take 1 more shot, and that was to the sign that was on the lamppost here, which would be shot number 13. Soon after the shots were fired, we have a pedestrian on the corner here saying, hey, the assassin was up here on the 6th floor of Texas School Book Depository. They seen rifles sticking out and everything else. So this guy here is going to make everybody look at the Texas School Book Depository, because these 2 gunmen here already took their distraction shots to get the people right up the hillside so these 2 gunmen can get away. And now the 2 gunmen inside the County Records building can now get away because they're dressed up in policeman's uniform. And no one's going to be looking over here because this guy down here is already having distracting people up in here to the Texas School Book Depository, where Oswald placed his decoy rifle. This is the official story was taken that day from the photographic evidence. Oswald took 2 shots that day. He took shot number 1 and shot number 5. Both shots struck JFK. The gunman inside of shelter number 3. Each one of them gunmen took 1 shot each. The gunman on the inside of the shelter took the shot to JFK. That was the fatal headshot. The gunman on the side of the shelter took the shot to Governor Conley. The gunman on the second floor of the county records building, he took 4 shots that day. 1 to JFK, 1 to Governor Conley, and then 2 distraction shots. And then the gunman on the rooftop of the county records building, he took 5 distraction shots that day. He took all the shots that was on the side, between the streets, Main and Elm. He took all the shots there. He just took distraction shots. The whole assassination took place with under 14.72 seconds. That's official story. There was 5 gunmen there that day. And it was 13 shots fired. And as you see here, here's a lineup of the shots that was taken that day, which I'll put over here so you can see. And I'll put this up here too as well, so you can see. So see, it really, this, like I said, this is based on photographic evidence. Here's all 13 shots. And as you see, the rooftop right here, where the gunman was located at, was all in the same line of fire of 8, 9, 11, and 12, and shot number 7. Shot number 7 was a curb shot. Now, them people out there, researchers and stuff, have shot the curb shot as the first shot or the second shot that took place that day. But actually, the curb shot was shot number 7. And as I point out, this is based, everything I'm telling you is based on photographic evidence. And then we have 2 shots from the shelter number 3. That was a fatal headshot to JFK, which is shot number 4. And then a shot to Governor Conley, which is shot number 6. Shot number 10 was the steps. And then shot number 13, which was the last shot fired that day, that struck the sign on the lamppost. But Oswald only took 2 shots that day. Okay, Oswald only took 2 shots a day, not 3, not 4, or anything else. I just want to give this official story out. Now, there's more to the story, but I just want to give the official story on what really occurred today in detail, and as you've seen here, and as I explained it, this is actually how it occurred that day. In the description down below, you find a site where you can order my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, the only book you need in JFK Assassination. Don't forget to share this information and other information from my other videos with your family, friends, and relatives on social medias and stuff. Excuse me, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget that like button. Thank you, and you have a pleasant day.